the NASA basement.
What is this thing?
I think it's a time machine.
Let's go in it.
No, that's not a good idea.
No!
Jason!
Where are we?
I think we're on the surface of Venus 4 billion years ago.
Whoa!
This should be right about when Venus was formed. This will be great for our research.
When Venus was formed, the inside warmed and separated into layers, and then it thickened and hardened.
Like Jello heart.
Yeah.
The surface is so bumpy. I guess all the volcanic activity helped shape the surface.
Venus has no moons.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's the only planet without a moon.
This is also the only planet that rotates backwards. Every other planet in our solar system rotates counterclockwise, and Venus rotates clockwise.
It also has the most circular eccentricity. It's less than 0.01, 0.0068 to be exact. So that means it's almost a perfect circle.
Okay, enough of this. Can we go see how Venus is today?
Wow, it feels hotter here since Venus is the second planet from the sun.
Yeah, it is really hot here. The surface temperature is like 462 degrees Celsius.
That's way hotter than Earth.
It's so hot because Venus orbits at an average distance of 108 million kilometers from the sun, which compared to the Earth is so much closer.
It takes 225 days to complete one revolution around the sun. Their day lasts 243 days, which is longer than its year.
Whoa! That is way different from the Earth. How does that even work?
I don't know how that works. I guess it just does for Venus. But is the gravity the same here as it is on Earth?
Since Earth and Venus are about the same size, you'd weigh 7 pounds less on Venus than you would on Earth.
So if you weighed 70 pounds on Earth, you'd weigh 63 on Venus?
Yeah. Hey guys, I noticed something. Venus used to be made of mostly water, but since the atmosphere is so thick it contains all this extra heat and the water has boiled away over time.
That's why Venus is so hot and full of lava.
So I have a question. Venus and Earth are about the same size and there's no more water on the surface, so why can't we live here?
Well, that is a good question, but people always say that Venus and Earth are like sister planets because they are right next to each other and because they have similar size and mass. But they're actually very different. First of all, Venus is extremely hot. Second, the atmosphere is toxic. It's made of mostly all carbon dioxide.
Oh, okay, I see. Because everything on Earth needs oxygen to survive.
So Venus is pretty close to the sun, right?
Right, it's the second planet from the sun, next to Mercury.
That means that the sun must have a strong gravitational pull on the planet.
Yeah, that's true, because the closer you are to something, the greater the pull, and the farther away you are, the less the pull will be.
And the perihelion is where the planet is the closest to the sun, right? That means it has the highest kinetic energy and the lowest potential energy.
And the other side of the orbit, the aphelion, is the opposite. High potential energy and low kinetic energy because it's farther away from
I wonder how scientists were ever able to find out about Venus.
Well, technology is great these days. They use infrared telescopes to detect the light on celestial bodies. So the infrared helped create a heat map of Venus.
I've heard telescopes and satellites really help with a lot, like for navigation and weather patterns and research.
We can also use radio waves to help us learn about the composition, structure, and motion of planets.
We can use visible light too. We can examine stars, dust, and clouds near our cloud-covered neighbor.
Last week I heard some talk that the U.S. Space Agency was considering traveling to Venus again. They would examine the atmosphere, chemistry, and meteorology of our cloud-colored neighbor.
That'd be cool. We would be able to know so much about Venus then.
Yeah, but I think we know enough about how it is right now. Can we try to go 5 billion years into the future?
Huh? It won't let us travel that far into the future.
It gave us a message. What does it say?
Well, it says, sorry, but the current time frame is not available. Venus will no longer exist that far into the future. In 5 billion years, the sun will run out of hydrogen atoms and convert to helium atoms. When this happens, it will turn into a red giant and expand way beyond its size now. When it does turn into a red giant, it will swallow up Mercury, Venus, Earth, and possibly Mars. So you may not visit any of the planets at this time.
Well, that's a disappointment.
Oh well, we got so much information from our visit here, and I can't wait to go home and tell everyone about it.
This has been an extremely long day, and I think we all need to go home.
It was hard for us to say goodbye to Venus, but we couldn't be more happy that we found the time machine in NASA's basement. Many more planet researches are to come.
Let's go explore.
No, not ready.
What do I say?
You're supposed to go.
It was hard for us to say goodbye to Venus, but they couldn't. It was hard for us to say goodbye to Venus, but we couldn't be more happy than. Worded like the weird.